I'm very pumped to share a brand new artificial intelligence-based tool that I've created, but it's unlike any of the other AIs that you've seen out there. And if you were drawn to this video, I think you'll be especially drawn to this concept. Base idea, then two stories of how it came to be that I think you'll find interesting. The base concept is ChatGPT, right, is this really amazing system you can plug any prompt into. Write me a creative, experiential lesson plan for fourth graders focused on general science. And it will give you something, at least a starting point, right? In other words, this is a system that's designed to give you answers. So is Google, right? Answers have become very, very cheap. Within seconds, we can get millions and millions of answers. Whether they're the right answers or not is another question. For me, I was like, wait, I think answers are really cheap. Assumptions are a bit dangerous. Questions, in my humble opinion, are the currency. The right questions, and this even shows up in when you're using ChatGPT. The prompt you put in, or if I said, write me a lesson plan, it's gonna give me a very different response than write me a lesson plan for fourth grade general science that's really experience-based. So I found a team of developers, hired them to create what I'm calling Tomorrow, where you can actually talk to Tomorrow. And the way Tomorrow is designed is to only ask questions. It gives no answers, and the point is to push your own thinking, because you can get lots of answers, but how much are you gonna actually do with it, right? If you're gonna actually take action on anything, you have to process it and make choices and decisions and move forward with conviction in your own brain. And so here's part of the inspiration for this. And then you can go to talkwithtomorrow.com as we're talking. It's gonna be a free tool. I'm not planning on charging. There's not even an email sign up. You can just go ahead and use it. Talk with Tomorrow. And the directions will all be there. The way this came to be is a coach and mentor who asked me this question: what is something you would like to do more of? And my immediate answer was scuba diving. I grew up scuba diving. I got certified when I was 12 years old. I grew up pulling lobsters out from underneath rocks and dodging sharks, and I identify as a scuba diver. You can see it even as I'm talking. Like, I have this pride over being a scuba diver. I love scuba diving. And yet, I have not gone on a single dive in the last 3 or 4 years. And so there's this mismatch, there's like cognitive dissonance between who I identify and how I see myself and what I'm actually doing. And this question, this one single question, has allowed me to actually talk my way into the future, talk my way right into tomorrow. That has led me to connecting with Frank, who I swim with in the mornings, who is also a diver, who has some connections to people who go diving in a quarry. I live in Pittsburgh. It's not a particular hotspot for scuba diving. And yet, I now have all these threads and connections. Admittedly, I have not gone diving yet, but I'm a whole heap closer. And all because of this single question that passed this idea through my brain that actually increased the chances that I took action. And this is why I created the Tomorrow AI question asking bot, is for you to get more clear on what you want in the future and to also gently nudge you toward the actions you need to take. So when you hop on the site, you'll see it says a little hello, it gives you a prompt. And the initial prompt is, what is one part of your future you'd like to reflect on? Personally, I've been doing a lot of traveling and speaking at conferences and events, and I love doing that. I love that work. And I also love my young kids and my family, and so I'm balancing between these two. And so what I would love to reflect on is, how much travel do I really pursue in the future? So I type that in, I hit enter, and it thinks with its little AI, large language model thinking brain, and comes up with a question, which I've trained based on some principles and ideas that Will and I write about in our book, Ask Powerful Questions, to generate a question to push that thinking a little bit further. And it's just asked you a series of questions back to back. If you haven't already, go experience it. It's very fun. I'm very pumped to be launching it now, and I have what I hope is an important idea that you get lodged in your brain as you enter any AI conversations over the next several years, which will probably be many, because I think the future in the next 5 to 10 years looks quite different based on some of the advances in AI. Elon Musk, very polarizing character, agree with him, disagree with him, whatever. One of the tweets that he threw out there I found really interesting, which was essentially, we'll put it up here because I don't remember it verbatim. I don't know exactly what advanced AI looks like, but if we're designing it and we're building in characteristics of who it's gonna be or how it's gonna be, I would really wanna make AI curious. It's important for me to have a super intelligent being be curious, because if you have something who's really, really smart, giving you lots of answers, making decisions at some point, and it's not asking or consulting humans in the process, that is a little freaky to me. If you made it to this point in the video, maybe you're somebody who would love to come to Pittsburgh and grab a coffee date. And while that may not happen, I would love to have a little coffee chat with you in the comments. And so I'd love you to answer this question. What is something that you would like to do more of? Toss your response in the comments, and I'll be deliberate about taking some time and responding. Have fun talking with tomorrow.